Hello, everyone. I'm coming on here. I wanted to record something rather than going live, um, and just kind of talk about the last maybe couple days um, for myself and some things that I've become aware of. Some things that some truths that I found, um, and some realization of how important really life is. And so, this February, I think it's Friday the 17th, Saturday the 18th, and Sunday the 19th is the Purdue Hall of Fame weekend. And Saturday is the ceremony, where it's the banquet, and I give my speech, and along with the 8 other inductees. And it was an event and a thing that I was very, very excited for. And so, I've been calling people and inviting people who are important to me, and people who um, help me through my journey to get to be able to be in the Purdue Hall of Fame. And out of 9,000 former coaches, athletes, and administrators, I want to say there's been 172 before this class. So I think 180 by the time this thing is done with, in a couple weeks. And I'm trying to think of how do I start? How do I say this? How do I, so, it's, in the last month or last year, I've lost quite a few friends, former teammates, former competitors, former Big Ten brothers, former football players. And, obviously, mentors of mine, Leroy Keys, a friend of mine, Jason Isley, back in October. Um, Uche Nwaneri a couple weeks ago. And then this morning, one of my friends here in town took his own life. And I had just picked up someone yesterday and dropped him off at his car. And the friend of mine that committed, that took his own life, he was on the phone, and he was in a situation where he thought he had no other choice than to do that. And it's terrible. It really is. It's absolutely terrible. And today I just had to think about, wow. I try to stay as upbeat and positive as I possibly can, and obviously life is not easy, and death is a major part of life. And you know um it's just I know the older that you get, the more people are going to pass away, and I understand that. It's just, when it happens, it sucks, especially during this time where, he was a guy that I talked about the Hall of Fame, and a guy that I've known for 3 years now, and a guy that we would have 3-4 hour debates just about life, or about culture, or about um just the state of America. And he had differing opinions, and really was a guy that got me into philosophizing and thinking outside of the box, and being able to have a conversation with somebody and learn from their conversation. And even though you may not agree with things, but still having that uh, back and forth dialogue. And he's gone. He's no longer here. And it makes me put things in perspective. And I'm thinking, I'm again looking at this Hall of Fame and the people that I'm calling and the people that I'm inviting and the people that I want there and the people that I'm thinking, you know what, out of respect, I'm gonna reach out to you and invite you. And I sat there and looked at it and I said, you know what? Why? There's certain people I shouldn't have to call. There's certain people during my life, friends that I grew up with from grade school to middle school to high school, that I was always the one providing. I was the one getting tickets. I was the one getting guys on the field. I was the one flying people out. I was the one introducing them to, NFL players and teammates of mine. And then I'm sitting here and I called one of my friends this morning, and you know, I, the conversation was like this. I said, "Hey, I have this event. I put it in a group text with my so-called, guys I grew up with, the homies, the best friends, you know, and I send a message and there's really no response. And one of them did respond back, and I called them, and it was, oh, I need to check. I need to check my. Let's see. Third, no, wait. I'm not exact. I can't remember how old his daughter is, but I need to check her rec basketball league schedule. And I thought, I said, really? I said, this event to me is once in a lifetime event for me, and I don't ask anyone to do anything. And I'm thinking, wow, man, that's this event to me. You don't want to miss your daughter's rec basketball game one weekend. And I said, you know what? I said, that's bullshit. And then here's a response. Oh, I care about my family. Family comes first. And I'm going, you know what, you motherfucker? Like, you don't think my family comes first? And by you saying that, like, I don't care about my family. And also I'm thinking, what in the fuck? After all the shit that I've done for my friends and their family members, and whenever they need something, whenever they need me to call somebody and take pictures and send cards and, oh, hey, Stu, can you talk to my neighbor's son? And what do I do? Oh, yep, no problem, no problem, no problem, no problem. And I'm sitting here begging people to come to my Hall of Fame, guys that are supposed to be my friends, when I have another guy who I've known for the last 3 years who who yeah, would I want him there? Yeah. Now he's dead. And then I'm looking at my other friends and I'm thinking, I'm talking to former Purdue greats and NFL greats, and I'm asking them advice. I said, at what point did you stop having friends? Because when I look at a relationship should be 50-50, 40-60, 55-45. But then I'm looking and going, you know what? I'm the one that's calling. I'm the one that's provided these experiences. And I'm not trying to be arrogant, but yeah, I'm the one that's given my friends stories. And I'm the one that, shit, I still have 3 or 4 buddies that owe me upwards around 30, 40K. And I'm thinking, I call in this moment and I send a message, and I'm still looking. Before I got on here, I looked, and I'm thinking, let me see if my friends maybe, hey, you know, hey, let's, or here it is. They're all, most of them are in Michigan. Hey, what's the nearest airport? I said, airport, just carpool. It's a 3-hour drive. Or when I call, oh, hey, I'm very busy right now. Don't, and I'm thinking, you know what? Now I understand why a lot of my older teammates don't have a lot of friends. Don't hang out with a lot of guys. And hang out with their family. Right? I mean, I'm a stay-at-home dad. I love my family very much. I love my wife very much. I love my dogs. But you would also hope that, you know what? Through your life, you think you'd have buddies that are supposed to be your guys, right? And I hate this, oh, no one. And I said this when Charles Rogers passed away 3 years ago. I said, I'm not going to sit and, oh, how come no one calls me? But you know what? I'm sick of calling motherfuckers. And I'm sick of reaching out. And I'm sick of sending invites. I'm also sick of not getting invited to stuff. Sick of, hey, come down. Go to the Big Ten championship game, and guys who I thought were close friends of mine, they're in suites and didn't bother to call me. But back when I played, Stu. All of a sudden now it's, yeah. And I'm thinking, you know what? Fuck you. So-called alumni that are friends that, man, I love you, and just thanks for reaching out, and thanks for helping me with this problem and my kids and going through this. And as soon as something doesn't perfectly fit in what they want to do, fuck you, man. Fuck you, Stu. You're a fucking asshole. And I'm thinking, wow. Wow. And then I'm sitting here going, life is, again, I like this quote, and this is a quote from a friend of mine, a mentor of mine, Jim O'Brien. This is not a dress rehearsal. You have one life to live. And I'm very happy with where my life is and where my family is and where me and my wife are. And again, I'm not asking for pats on the back, but I look back on some of the guys and I'm thinking, wow. If I think back, what in the fuck have they ever done for me? Up to maybe when we were in elementary school, and I used to go to their house and their parents might buy me a fucking McDonald's dinner or something other than that. What in the fuck have you done for me? And I got to sit here and take shit from you motherfuckers? And now, again, I realize why people don't have a whole lot of fucking friends. Former NFL players, former teammates of mine. Because the only person that's really going to understand it is a player that's been in the NFL, that's experienced it. Stu, I told you, man, I don't have a lot of friends. And I'm thinking, well, my friends are different, though. The people I know are different. You know, if I really need these guys and I'm thinking, you know what, these motherfuckers, if it doesn't fit exactly into their schedule or what they need, even if I get a call back, teammates, college teammates of mine, who's again, who I'd sit for hours and sign autographs for their families, and you know, oh Stu, can you do this and can we do that, and you know, and I'm sitting here thinking, hey, listen, you guys can bullshit these other fans and you can bullshit these other people, but you can't bullshit me, dude. As far as Kyle goes, I've known some of these guys for 20 years. Let's see, 2000 to 23 years. And yeah, some of these guys had longer NFL careers than mine. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. And I sit there, I go, I don't want to get mad. But it's kind of hard not to when you're thinking, you know what? Wow. And when they say the nice guy gets taken advantage of, it's fucking true. You get taken advantage of. And I'm thinking, I'm not the one to be taken advantage of yet. And you know what? I'm done making efforts. I'm done. I mean, one of the reasons I moved back here to West Lafayette was so that when my former teammates would come back for games and stuff, they could bring their families. Our families could meet. But fuck, I go in and half the time they're there and I'm thinking, wow, thanks for calling, man. That's pretty cool, dude. Glad you let me know you're in town. You know, and again, I didn't come on here to bitch and complain and, you know, whine, even though I sound like a little bitch, but I'm thinking I lost another friend of mine. And to be honest with you, Jason Isley, Uche, and Shane, these are guys that actually called me. Guys that would hit me up. Hey, Stu, how's it going, man? Kelly Butler and Ray Williams. Guys that actually call me. To where I don't feel like I'm bugging these guys. And I'm going, you know what? I'm a pretty busy fucking guy. I have 4 kids between the ages of 3.5 and 14. I know it doesn't take more than a fucking minute just to answer a text or just call somebody back. And you know what? I'm done with it. I make myself too accessible. And then I'm thinking, you know what? There's some of these motherfuckers. I'm thinking, you got a lot of fucking balls. Saying some shit to me, I'm thinking, I'm going, you know what? It's to the point where I'm like, you know, I want to see you face to face and see if you fucking act this fucking rude. You know? It's very easy to ignore somebody. It's very easy to send a text. I had guys, Twitter wars or texting wars. I'm going, listen, I'm not in high school. You know where I'm at. And here's my, calling them goes to voicemail. And then then all of a sudden, this huge text. I said, listen, I'm not going to read this fucking shit. If you want to talk, come talk to me man to man, face to face if there's a problem. That never really happens. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm some fucking badass. But come talk to me. I'm not gonna sit here and see text messages and this shit. And then, first of all, I try to call, you don't answer, pick up, but then you text. And then some of the slander I hear about Stu, you're a this and you're a that and this and and I'm thinking, wow. And I'm a guy, I don't judge, man. I don't point fingers. Old saying, you point your finger, you got 3 pointing back at you, man. Like, and it's so funny how many people want to judge what I'm doing or what I've done or what I should be doing. And I'm thinking, hey, listen, I've never said fucking shit about your life. All the fucked up shit you're a part of or have done or are doing. And you got to sit here and waste time fucking worried about mine. But again, this whole, this Hall of Fame and really figuring out who are friends and what really matters. And then the loss of my friend's life this morning put things into perspective to go, you know what? I've been on this earth for 41 years. Been with my wife, let's see, for 22, married 14. Have no debt. Have a 401k, annuity, and a pension. Collect a disability check through. That's the other thing. Man, I wish I was lucky and got disability. Do you understand what disability is? I'm handicapped because of, and I'm not changing it for the world, but you don't just get disability. It's not a fucking lottery. I have disability because my brain's fucked. From 32 until now, my life changed because my brain is different. I don't operate the same way I used to. And that's hard for someone to understand is try living a certain way for 33 fucking years and all of a sudden now you operate differently. And it's not like it gets better, it deteriorates. But like I said, 401k, annuity, pension. Had a successful NFL career. Have a successful marriage. Have 4 beautiful children that see me every morning, that I put to bed every night. And I've pretty much done that on my own. Yeah, in high school, mom and dad and brothers and sisters and whatever, but they weren't holding my hand. From when I was 19, when I went down to Purdue, I had no one fucking helping me. I had no one fucking telling me what to do. I was doing what I thought was right and doing what I did and fucking was pretty goddamn good at it. So, and I thought, wow, for 41 years, I didn't need anybody. So fuck these motherfuckers. Because I'm sitting here looking at it going, here's the other thing, how I kind of dictate friendship is, if this person were not in my life, what would I be missing? What would I be missing out on? And most of them, I'm going, nothing. Not really anything. But then I look at, if I'm out of their life, what are they missing? I'm going, oh, actually quite a bit. Quite a bit. And I'm thinking, why am I going to sit here and waste time and energy? And, well, hey, man, that's, shit, it's your brothers and this is your teammate and this is the... You didn't. You're not helping me do anything. So I guess this the last, really probably last 2 weeks, but really the last 24 hours have put things in perspective, and it's good. It's good because, to be honest with you, a lot of the people in my life are a fucking headache. Are a fucking drain on my energy. And when you're a drain on my energy, that means that you're draining my family. And to be honest with you, at the end of the day, I love my brothers and mom and dad, but the only people I really give, like the only people that honestly, at the end of the day, that I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing and make sure that our relationship is good is my wife, my 4 kids, my wife and my 4 kids. After that, man, I mean, hey, I love everybody. I love you, but if shit hits the fan, dude, you're the last fucking thing I'm thinking of. And that's just fucking life, man. I don't expect anybody to be thinking about me. I expect them to be worried about the shit in their house. But it's always funny because people don't want to do that. People don't want to focus on their place. They want to make sure that someone else's lawn, what's going on with someone else's lawn and house, and what are they doing? Because you know what? It's a lot easier to focus on somebody else and focus on your fucking problems. But that's the other thing. I don't give a fuck about what you have going on, and I ain't gonna say anything. Most of the time, even if you come at me with and ask me for advice, I'm gonna say, listen, I'm not gonna give you advice because I don't live your life. And to be honest with you, I'm not spending a fucking second thinking about you or your fucking life. So don't fucking think about mine. And I look back at all these pictures and memories, and I'm sitting here. I gotta fucking run down and chase motherfuckers who, some of them owe me money, or guys that fucking. It's amazing to me. And I'm thinking, either these people have very big balls, or they're so fucking naive. They don't realize the person they're fucking with. And I've told my wife this, and thank God she stopped me. I said, Chrissy, I think it's time for me to go and fucking start not being such a nice guy. And letting these motherfuckers know you don't fuck with me. And you can't talk to me any fucking way disrespectful, because I've never been disrespectful to anybody. And if I have, I've apologized for it. And I'm thinking, I apologize quite a bit for shit I shouldn't apologize for. So I just wanted to come on, first of all, and just give respect to my friend, who took his life. Guy who didn't think there was any other way out. But sucks. It does. It's a place that a lot of my former teammates and myself have been. And I encourage anybody that's dealing with things is nobody, I don't care what anybody says. Nobody knows what happens when we're gone. No one does. There's no proof of anything. I got a pretty good idea what's going to happen tomorrow. And really, tomorrow's not too bad. So, no matter what, as long as you're breathing and you're upright, you're doing all right. And you know what? If you are having some of those thoughts, just give it 10 minutes. Then once that 10 minutes goes by, give it 30 minutes. And then when that 30 minutes goes by, give it 6 hours. And then give it 24. And to be honest with you, as time goes, it'll get better. And you know what? Life is hard. Life sucks. Everybody has shit going on. But it's amazing to me that people that, because you don't sit here and talk about it and bitch about it, they don't think there's any problems. Everyone's going through the same shit, regardless of your money, regardless of how famous you are, what sports you are, movie star, how much, all this shit. Everyone has the same shit going on. It's just some of us don't choose to talk about it and bitch about it. So again, if you are in a situation, please call somebody. Or you know what? I mean, this kind of sounds a little, I guess, anti what I'm saying, but maybe call a couple people in your phone. Some friends you haven't talked to in a while, just to say, hey, man, even though they haven't called you, hey, man, what's up? You doing all right? How's the family? What's up, man? Might save somebody's life. But I'm tired of doing that. I've been doing that for 3 years now, and I'm sick of it. I am. I know that sounds probably selfish, but I really don't give a fuck if that's selfish. At least I know no one can say, well, Stu never tried. Stu never called. Shit. I make sure that nobody can say that. And again, I've made it pretty well for myself doing it pretty much with me and my wife. Even in high school. I love my teammates. I do. But my success was dictated on me, not because of any of them. And that's just the honest truth. I was running the show in high school. I was running the show at Purdue on defense. Had great players, great teammates. But I don't remember any of them making plays for me, man. And it's funny how quick people forget shit. I guess not quick. I guess, it's, it is years later, but I look at it going, so I'm the guy. I'm the one you can ignore. I'm the one that fucking, you know what? I'm not going to do it anymore. And again, if somebody has a problem with that, come see me. Call me. Let's talk. Guarantee that won't happen. I got my guys. And my guys know who they are. That I'm going to call still and talk to. But there's a lot that, you know what? I might actually, might be time to simplify and get rid of some of these fucking contacts. So, thanks for listening. If anyone even is listening, I'm not sure. This was more probably for me, just to let this shit off my chest. And again, give you guys an insight of what I have going on. I don't like to talk about myself personal stuff very often. I like to talk about my sports stuff. That's fun, man, you know, but there's definitely some motherfuckers that I would love to have a conversation with, but I guarantee you. And again, I'm not talking about through text messaging. Okay. I'm not a 14-year-old girl that text messages, but people love it. That's how they communicate. That's how they operate. I don't do it. Especially if you're going to send something and then I call and you don't answer. Like, I don't know, like, wow. All right, man. That's how you operate. Well, then, one of my favorite lines, go eat my dick for that point. But thanks for listening, and I will talk to you guys soon.